Hello, Douglas here. This overview of the MySuper Smart Default opportunity explains why its introduction is vital following the Productivity Commission's finding. Most Australians don't tell their trustee which investment option to use, so they are automatically placed in the MySuper Default. Collectively, this amounts to $695 billion. That is around half of Australia's annual GDP and more than the annual output of all bar the top 25 countries in the world. How it is invested for the long term by trustees for these predominantly younger Australians is of great importance. Most trustees simply place all members, regardless of if they are 25 or 65 years old, in the same balanced option holding boat. That cannot be efficient. 30% of trustees automatically allocate MySuper members to an investment option based solely on their age. That means two 55-year-olds, one projected to retire on the age pension, the other on 1.5 million, will be in the same option, despite their very different profiles. This also cannot be best practice. The really good news is the PC, after a 3-year study, has confirmed a better way. This finding was the only major change in the Commission's final report compared to their draft. The PC found that well-designed smart default lifecycle products are better. They can produce more retirement benefits and they can manage risk of loss as retirement approaches. This finding that better outcomes can be achieved by tailoring investment option selection to members' own circumstances should come as no surprise to trustees. After all, it is what they're already telling their choice members to do. So how can trustees, big or small, take this smarter, proactive approach to acting in members' best interests, and in that process beat the APRA New Outcomes test and strive to achieve best in show status? The one implementation-ready smart default in the market is TTS. It uses projected retirement balances, which are now already on most members' statements, to cohort members. That provides for targeting to improve average retirement balances, which is the approach the PC also took in its technical analysis. TTS then applies multiple glide paths, one for each cohort. This enables more risk to be taken for some members who can bear that risk for longer, but not for others. Sequencing risk is also managed through this method by each cohort. TTS, by tailoring to members' own circumstances, not only better manages risk and return levels for members using a fund's existing investment options, but also achieves a very substantial 35% higher average retirement outcome. This graph highlights TTS's approach to improving outcomes. TTS concentrates on lifting the average projected retirement balances from the current projection up to the top line in the graph over a member's working lifetime. How can trustees know if they're acting in members' best interests if they haven't yet run a TTS outcomes test on their fund? Australia has a growing retirement funding gap. The best way to fill that gap is to improve retirement outcomes for MySuper members. That is what TTS and Smart Defaults can achieve. This Smart Default opportunity is important for all Australians. It can significantly improve the sustainability of super into the future. It's a question of upgrading the efficiency of current investment practices. The PC has now confirmed smart defaults can improve retirement outcomes for 15 million fellow Australians. All that's needed is the willingness to act one fund at a time. Let's get the word out throughout the finance industry that smart defaults should be an industry-wide positive trust-building response to the PC and Royal Commission's findings.